What's up, peoples? Welcome to another 15 quickest minutes in sports. Al York Sports with another one. The soccer continues. Today I'm gonna give a special shout out, rest in peace shout out to my man Sham the Gar, lower deck soldier. God bless you, son. And I have to do this because I still listen to your joint. So it's only right that I play this for the peoples, man. I'm gonna let him drop a verse for y'all, then we're gonna start the sports show, man. Just tune in, man. Yeah, lower deck, baby. Sham the God, baby. Al York Sports. 15 quickest minutes, baby. Don't go the wrong way, bro. My man's breaking it down for y'all, man. Holla. I'm lost. That's why I keep that on it. It's either that or they going home. Sham the God, baby. Lower deck in the building, baby. Rest in peace, hoes. Yes, sir.
I know they hate me, but envy and jealousy motivate me. They in a frenzy, I'm in Benzes and Rovers lately. I sold O's to get clothes and Golden Skate key. Gold frame, Cartier lenses, frozen AP. Ram endeavors, got me fly as a man with feathers. Handmade sweaters from France and Buchanan levers. Serving preppy dudes, smooth as Giuseppe shoes. This is facts, my contacts will never let me lose.
He said his contacts would never let him lose. Wow. And with that, let's start the quickest 15 minutes of sports. So much to do in so little time. So let's get it cracking, man. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H everything, Syndicate Radio, TV, D beaming. Credit fix, never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix. You need advertisement? Bless me, man. I got you, man. And Pro Quick Print, make sure y'all go to Instagram. You got your hats, your shirts, whatever you want, custom made, whatever's on deck. Just go in there, whatever you like, my man, to send it out ASAP, man. And with that, let's start this quickest 15 minutes of sports, man. I got to be quick, man. We already burned up 2 minutes in time, man. Okay, first of all, before I do anything, rest in peace and salute to Kobe Bryant. This was the day that huge tragedy took place, January 26, 2020. And basically the world changed, man. At least it changed for me. Salute, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and all the families that was in there, his daughter, etc. Everybody that this reached out to and changed their lives forever, man. God bless the families. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba, man. Love you, dog. Okay, let's move on. We're going to go Sunday real quick. We're going to go right to Arrowhead. It's the second game of Sunday night's game. You got the 13-3 Bills versus the 14-2 Chiefs. I thought the Bills would have made this a lot closer game. I did admit that Josh Allen will struggle in a situation like this with all the lights on him. Biggest game in his life. It was almost like he was overmatched the same way Canelo was overmatched against Mayweather in that fight one, where it was just happening too fast for Canelo, and that's what it felt like there for Josh Allen in that big game. But he's going to take this experience, and he's going to move on, and he's going to be one of the great quarterbacks that the NFL is going to have in the up-and-coming years, Josh Allen. Okay, Bills went up 9-zip, missed the extra point. Chiefs went on a 21-0 run. Bills hit a field goal right before the half, 21-12 Chiefs. And then in the second half, the Chiefs outscored them 17-12. Moved on to their second straight Super Bowl and improved and won 38-24. And now we'll go to the Super Bowl for the second straight time after they defeated the Bills, like I said, 38-24. Let me give you some numbers real quick. Josh Allen, 28 for 48, 287, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Allen also rushed for 7 rushes, 88 yards. Cole Beasley, 7 receptions, 88 yards, and played with a partial broken leg throughout the playoffs. Salute to Cole Beasley. Let me go to Patrick Mahomes, or Pat Mahomes, like his mom says. Oh, his mom says Patrick. Let me get it right. 29 for 38, 335, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Darren Williams, 13 rushes, 52 yards. And Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions, 172. And that big 75, 80-yard breakout that he did, that was insane. I mean, the guy caught it maybe 20 yards, ran another 50. Tyreek Hill has to be the fastest receiver in the NFL. And somebody told me if I had to compare him to anybody, I say he's a lot better Steve Smith of the Carolina Panthers because he's strong. He could run his tail off, catch the ball, and get yardage after the catch. But Hill's on another level, man. Let me go to the other game we had at Lambeau Field. I gave out the Packers on a future bet. Noah gave them out this week, -3.5. We both lost. Tom Brady just doing his thing, man. It was 7-7, 14-7 Bucs, 14-10 Bucs. And right before the half, that kid King gave up. He let the guy behind him, Miller. There's no way you can do that. To me, that's the play that really killed the Green Bay Packers. They ended up being down 21-10. And to make matters worse, when they came out the third quarter, Aaron Rodgers hit Aaron Jones, and Jones fumbled on the head by Whitehead. Whitehead put the helmet right on the rock. I mean, I don't think there's nothing he could have done. That was just such a great hit by Whitehead. And before you know it, it was 28-10. Packers had to come all the way back. They did come back, and Brady had 3 interceptions in the late second half going into the fourth quarter, and Aaron Rodgers only capitalized once. There was no Antoine Winfield. Whitehead left the game, and the Bucs found a way to stop the Green Bay Packers. And, you could blame a lot of stuff. I'm going to blame LaFleur, but not going for it on 4th and 8 with a couple minutes left. I'm going to explain to you why. I knew his mindset. You got to get points. At least if you get points, it makes the defense feel like, they salvaged something out that big drive, right? But now what he did was when you kick it off, unless you pin them deep, like within the 15-yard line, which they haven't done all game, Mickens kept running the ball out to the 25, 30, and if they down in the end zone, it's automatically at the 30-yard line. So what I'm trying to say is the difference between having the ball at the 30 with Tom Brady and at the 8. If you have it at the 8 with that defense late in the game, you could cause a turnover. The offense is scared to do more stuff because they right by the end zone. Unlike if they're at the 25 and 30, that gives them a little more leverage to open up the field and did what they did. Now, I don't want to blame that pass interference call by the referees. To me, it was a pass interference, but the way the game was going, I mean, Lazard on that interception got grabbed like this before the ball got to him. Look, I'm not exaggerating. You go to the highlights, freeze it, got grabbed like this. The guy that the Green Bay Packers had, the guy grabbed his shirt from the bottom of his shirt, and pulled it. The ball, to me, was still overthrown. But I understand. It should have been holding instead of pass interference. It don't matter. Automatic first down, they would have looked. But my thing is, if you make that call, you got to make the Lazard call. If you don't make the Lazard call, you can't make this call. But I'm not going to say that's why they lost. I just wish they would have ended the game the right way. I still think Tampa Bay did enough. They was up too much with the mistakes that Green Bay did. And like I said, the Packers cannot capitalize on Tom Brady's mistakes. And let me mention something real quick. When Tom Brady makes a mistake, he normally makes it in the other team's territory. Like, he threw like 2 bombs that were intercepted. To me, they was as good as punts. So even when he makes a mistake, it's not that bad because this defense ain't set up. They set up with a whole field instead of being set up from like the 50 or, in the opponent's, yard line. So the mistakes were huge mistakes by Brady, but it was just like a punt if you ask me. Green Bay couldn't capitalize. They should have went for it on 4th and 8. LaFleur is going to think about that all year long because even if you don't make it, you keep them at the 8. And like I said, a lot of stuff can happen. A safety, a holding in the end zone. So many different things could happen where I felt Tampa would have ran the ball 3 times. You would just have to hope to hold them, score, and get the 2-point conversion. But it didn't happen. Salute to the Tampa Bay Bucs and Tom Brady for making it to another Super Bowl as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat them 31-26 in a real good game. I liked it. I got no regrets that I took Green Bay on that future bet. I would do it all over again if it came down to that. But I guess the NFL wants a super story with Tom Brady. Let me move on real quick. The Super Bowl is going to be 14-2 Chiefs, 11-5 Bucs. They playing the game at Miami and Tampa Bay's home. The Bucs are going to have like a home crowd advantage. The Chiefs are favored by 3. The line open 3.5. I seen it at 2.5. I seen it at 3. I think it'll close about 3. If the NFL makes this a Brady story, then Tom Brady is going to win it. But if they just let it play out, no advantages, no nothing. I think the Kansas City Chiefs can pull this game out. But like I said, if they want to make this a Tom Brady special, just like the hurricane for Drew Brees and all the other special stories or Katrina or whatever all that shit was, if it's one of those, then Chiefs ain't got no chance. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your aficionados that watch the game like I do, y'all know what I'm talking about. If this is one of them storied Super Bowls, Brady's going to win. But if they let them play out, I think the Chiefs and Mahomes and them could do enough to come out as winners in this game. Should be a great Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. Like I said, the line is 356.5. Okay, now, this is a topic that I was asking the barbershop yesterday. I went to see my man, and my barber asked me, yo, Al, Tom Brady the GOAT, right? Please tell me he's the GOAT, right? And I had him as the GOAT one time, but one of my old friends, Big Hump, who's a huge supporter of the Al York Sports Show, he hit me in my inbox, man, and he said about the most cleanest shit I ever heard, man. He said, Al, how can you put Tom Brady as the GOAT when they call him cheating? I mean, how is that even possible? And I sat down on that for a while, and you know what? He's 100% right. I know a lot of y'all going to disagree with me, but let me explain. I got my own analogy. This is me. I'm not saying everybody has to agree with me, but this is what I'm thinking. How can you give a married man husband of the year, husband of the decade, or husband of the century when he cheated on his wife? How is that possible? That's how I look at it. I'm not saying he can't become a great husband after the fact. I'm not saying that. Brady's been great before that cheating scandal and after that. But I still cannot nominate you best ever. I just can't. Because of that huge mistake. That's how I see it with Brady. Brady, the Flakegate. Not only that, anything that was cheated around, about Bill Belichick, etc., he was a part of that. He was a player coach. He knew exactly what was going on. He rolled with it and he lived with it. And I'm going to be honest with you, they didn't need a cheat. New England was so good. They didn't need a cheat. Now, did it give them an edge in a lot of games at the end of winning that they could have lost? Possibly. But my thing is, they were so good they didn't need a cheat, and they got what they deserved, meaning where they're going to be marked cheaters their whole life. Even no matter how many they win, Bill Belichick, great coach, you're going to see a little cheat sign next to it. That's just like the way it is. It's just like the steroids guys. Steroids guys, Barry Bonds, I love Barry Bonds, but I got the steroid shit marked next to him. And that's what Brady's going to have. That's what Belichick's going to have. And that's just my opinion. Does he have the numbers? Yes. Enough Super Bowls? Yes. Brady's to the point where I think he's 6-3 right now. He's going to his 10th Super Bowl. If he wins this one, it'll be 7-3. Montana's 4-0. 7-3. He's 4 games over 500 on Super Bowls. Though you can't match it because you got the undefeated with 3 losses. I understand that. But what I'm saying is if you calculate that on top of him breaking basically, he broke all Montana's numbers. But he's going to go down as, yards leader eventually, maybe touchdowns. Brady got all the records, not to mention he goes to the Super Bowl like every other year. I think he's got 14, 15 conference final wins, something like that. I'm exaggerating, about 10 of them. Because if he's in the 10th Super Bowl, but he's got appearances. He's got about, I think, 17 appearances, but 10 of them he won because he's in his 10th Super Bowl. And this is the killer shit right here that just bizarres me to death. He just got to the NFC, right? And he already got 1 NFC championship under his belt, as much as what Drew Brees got and Aaron Rodgers got. And them guys been in the NFC forever. Brees came from the Chargers, the AFC, but he's been in the NFC at least, I'm saying about, 8-10 years? Rodgers been in the NFC his whole life. Brady goes 1 year to the Tampa Bay Bucs and already got 1 NFC championship going for a Super Bowl. How the hell you explain that? How is that even possible? But to be the GOAT, for me, like I said, for y'all it's different. I got to live like my boy Hump said. You can't put a guy number 1 if he was proven cheating and he was in multiple scandals, so I don't want to hear it. Multiple scandals. I cannot name him the GOAT because of that reason right there. But numbers and all that, hell yeah. You check out that cheating shit, hell yeah. But you just can't. It's a stain. It's there. It will never go nowhere. And in my book, I got Brady number 2 because of that. Because of that. So let me see if I get one more news out real quick before we close up. It's already almost, matter of fact, we already passed 15 minutes. Real quick, Conor McGregor got his ass whipped. 22-5, lost 2 out of his last 3 fights. Khabib submitted him in the 4th round. He smoked Cowboy Cerrone, and then Poirier laid him the fuck out in the 2nd round. He wants a trilogy with Poirier. I want you guys to answer me on the comments, whether YouTube or Facebook. Does Conor McGregor deserve a trilogy with Poirier? And with that, I love you guys. 15 quickest minutes of sports. Remember, every Friday we doing open sessions. And rest in peace to the late Kobe Bryant, man. I love you, Kobe. And salute. And rest in peace to Sham the God, baby. Sham, I had to do this for you because I do listen to this song on a regular, man. And I had to give it up on the Al York Sports Show, man. I'm going to send y'all off with this, man. Sham the God, baby. Over deck soldier, baby. Love, baby.
I know they hate me, but envy and jealousy motivate me. They in a frenzy, I'm in Benzes and Rovers lately. I sold O's to get clothes and gold escape key. Gold frame, Cartier lenses, frozen AP. Ram and
Sham the God, baby. 15 quickest minutes of sports. Al York Sports. Love you, motherfucker. 100, baby.